Hi friends, this is Tessa. Welcome back to my channel. I am doing a video to update everyone on my Milwordy and my Nano project. Now Milwordy didn't go as planned. I had planned it on starting on September 1st, and I was going to do 1,000,000 words, or try, and I ended up in the hospital, as some of you know, and it ended up being 6 weeks in the hospital. So I really didn't have, except for pen and paper, I didn't have anything really to write with. And so I got some writing done, but hardly anything. So I changed my goal from 1,000,000 words down to the 250,000 words. And I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't make that amount of words in a year, because it's just not worth beating myself up over. I mean, I have enough problems without adding that to the mix. So I have picked up a few words since I've been writing. Now that I'm back, I'm trying to hit at least a couple thousand a day, but I'm nowhere near completing 250,000 words in a year at this point. I mean, I just don't know what the rest of the year has in store for me, obviously. And there's no way to predict that. So I'm just taking things one day at a time. I think there's a lot less anxiety that way. I mean, you know, I jumped on the bandwagon. I thought it was a great idea. At the time, I was writing a lot of words. I mean, you know, I would do just one sprint and pick up almost 1,000 words. So, you know, it wasn't a big deal for me. But things have definitely changed, and I have to keep my health, you know, in mind. For those of you who don't know, I now have congestive heart failure. It's not a death sentence necessarily, but it's a lifestyle change, and I'm not sure how well I'm going to do with that, because they've essentially cut everything out of my diet. I was already a diabetic, so there was no sugar. And now they've got no salt, low fat, no cholesterol. And there's not too much left that I can have. Add that to, you know, the fact that I have to watch my sugar. I mean, fruits and vegetables are okay on one diet, but they're not okay when you look at the diabetes. So I'm struggling with what I can and can't eat. And of course, without salt, food is bland. Without sugar, I can't have too many treats. Without fat, well, that's a whole nother issue. And I have to be more aware of weight loss, weight gain. Because if I gain like 3 pounds in a day, I have to immediately call the doctor and find out if they feel that they need to check and see if I have fluid in my lungs again, or do I just need to increase my water pill. And yes, I'm on water pills. That's no fun. then you drink water, and then you have to get rid of the water. And you have to drink the water. I mean, you can't just stop drinking water because it needs to process through the kidneys or the kidneys stop working. It's complicated. You don't need to get into all that. But, so anyhow, I haven't given totally up on Milwordy, but I'm not going to kill myself trying to write all these words. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the anxiety either. Now, when it comes to NaNoWriMo, we've got, where are we? Maybe a week. It's going to start, yeah, I think it's going to start in a week, less than a week. So I have my project, which is a rewrite of my July Nano project. And I had gotten up to like 45,000 words. And I was reading it after I stepped away from it for a while, you know, being in the hospital. And I'm like, whoa, you know, I need to rethink this because there's a lot of plot holes, there's a lot of things that don't make sense. And there's way too many point of view characters. There's way too many characters, period. And, you know, they use the term kill your darlings. It's kind of, you know, a term I really don't like. And I'm going to have to kill some darlings because there are way too many characters. I'm trying now how to figure out what I need to keep in the story. The story is going to be different. I'm taking out what I want to keep and putting it in a new document. So I have that info over there in a document. Then in the old document is the stuff that I had used before. And I don't totally want to delete it. Because I'm afraid if I delete it, I'm going to change my mind and then it's going to be gone. And I'm going to have to rewrite it from scratch. So I've got two documents. I've got the new document and then I got the old one that has the stuff in there that I may or may not end up using. And the story has definitely taken a turn it's taken a turn. It's not exactly the same thing, and I realize there's a lot of stuff in there that was really fluff that didn't need to be in there. So I need to take the fluff out. I need to condense the characters. Like, there's two of them. They're exactly the same kind of character. But I need to make them one. And one was a sweet person. And one was a not-so-nice person, kind of crazy. And I need to combine them into one person. So I'm trying to decide whether I should make her a nice person. Should I make her a crazy person? Should I make it a combination where everybody thinks she's a nice person, but deep down she's not the person they think she is? There's a lot of ways it can go. So I'm still working on that particular problem. And there's a lot of point of view information where by using a point of view character, I can put that information in my story. If I take the point of view character out, but I still want that information in there, I have to figure out how I can put it in there. So there's a lot to think about, and I waited so long because between being in the hospital and then coming out and not feeling well and being depressed and, you know, all that. I'm not where I normally am for Nano. Normally I'm prepared for it. So I got less than a week. I've got an idea where I'm going, which is more than I had last week. And I have started separating my story and pulling out stuff that doesn't need to be in there for sure. And, you know, trying to figure out where I want to go with these characters. And like I mentioned in one of my videos, there's a possibility of either a second book or this one's going to be longer than I originally thought, because I got another idea, which I think is interesting. So I'm going to keep that in mind, as I don't plan on publishing in the traditional sense of the word, not even as an independent publisher. I plan on putting it on my blog. I put up a cover. I put up the excerpt I put in Instagram on the killing of the one girl. I put all that stuff on my blog. And I plan to eventually put the story on the blog too. Unless things change, I'm not planning on publishing traditionally. I have a blog. I can put what I want on my blog. And right now, that's where I plan on putting it. Things could change. And I might go ahead and see about getting a couple beta readers to look it over once I get to a point, you know, and if they think it's worth writing the story. I'm not sure I'm going to wait all the way to the end. Do I want to do it halfway through to get an idea if I'm wasting my time? Do they think it's interesting? That kind of thing. So, you know, it's still all up in the air. I'm not really sure where I'm going. I know right now my blood sugar is dropping. I can feel it. And I need to get some sugar in my system before I pass out. And I don't want to do that on screen. So I'm going to cut this now. I will update closer to when NaNoWriMo starts on what's going on. But that's where I stand right now. Hopefully everybody could hear that. But I've got to get some sugar in me right now. I can feel it dropping fast. So, bye for now. If you like the video, subscribe if you want to be advised of when I post again. I usually post videos once or twice a week. And until then, please be safe. Bye.